Hello everyone, today we have another unboxing from TheCubicle, so let's get right into it. Alright, in here we have the Weilong WR M, and then we have the new magnetic YuXin Square-1, and a business card that has the Cubicle Pro Shop logo on it. Alright, let's get into this Square-1 first. This is a new budget Square-1 from YuXin, and the magnetic version comes stock magnetic right from the factory, and it's for only $10. So it has a very interesting feel out of the box. It's not very fast. The top and bottom layers are fairly slow, but they do have that magnetic click slowing it down a little bit. The slice is very smooth, and it has a nice magnetic click, and it's very smooth and very fast, in contrast to the top and bottom layers. So it's a bit faster than the top and bottom ones out of the box. The corner cutting is also fairly good on this puzzle. It doesn't seem like it's quite the best. When I was doing these algorithms, I was getting a tiny bit of locking up, but the magnets are helping it remain stable despite my kind of rough turning. So the only other Square-1 I really have to compare it to is the X-Man Volt. So this puzzle didn't actually come magnetic from the factory, but it was custom magnetized by TheCubicle. The magnets on this YuXin Square-1 do feel like they're slightly lighter than the magnets on the Cubicle Labs Volt, especially on the slice. Another thing is that this puzzle is actually ever so slightly bigger than the X-Man Volt. If we compare the side length here, you can see that the YuXin on the left looks like it's about maybe 1 millimeter bigger across than the X-Man Volt. It does actually feel fairly noticeable in the hands that this one is bigger. The cube is also very lightweight compared to the Volt. It feels like it is a budget cube in that it's a bit lighter. It kind of feels airy and hollow, and this one feels like it has a nice weight to it. It kind of makes it feel more premium. But overall, when I'm comparing the actual turning, I'd say that the YuXin Square-1, for being only $10, is right on par with the Volt. The puzzle also has an overall more bubbly, rounded feeling on the outside of the plastic, as well as the way the turning actually feels. It just feels like a bit smoother. The turning on the Volt is a bit more harsh, a bit more snappy than on this one. This one's a bit softer. So once again, I wouldn't see people upgrading from a Volt M to this. The magnetic version of the YuXin Square-1 is only $10, which is amazing for a magnetic puzzle. And then if you don't want it, you can also get the non-magnetic version for only $7. But for only $10, you're getting a really high quality magnetic Square-1, and I think it's really promising. Alright, let's go on to the Weilong WR M. On the box, they're advertising the 3.4 second world record. I think it's a bit of a clickbait, honestly. They're branding it as the WR, as if this is the cube that was used to set the world record, which it is not. In this case, the WR stands for without ridges. It's basically a GTS3 LM, which is light magnets, without the ridges. Alright, so lifting the lid on here, we have the cube in the same case that the GTS3 came in, and the other piece in the box here is a box of accessories. There's a set of extra springs in here, so there's 6 extra springs, screws, and spring compression pieces in here. And then there's a bunch of transparent blue accessories. So you have another screwdriver in here. This hole was just a pamphlet. Then you have 2 more of these tensioning tools, an extra core, some extra magnets. That's actually kind of cool. And the extra magnets that they give you aren't actually all the same. So you can see that some of these are a bit thicker. I'd imagine they have a bit of a stronger pull. And then finally there is another tool to adjust the spring compression. Alright, so here is the cube. Looks just like a regular GTS3, just, well, without the ridges. Oh, I like that. I didn't expect that it would feel very different from the regular GTS3M, but it does actually. Maybe it's just because this is on the base spring compression and mine is fairly tight, so it has a very different feeling. But it feels really nice out of the box. Alright, so despite the light magnets that they have in here compared to the GTS3M, the magnets in here definitely feel still fairly strong. I go back and forth with my opinions on the magnets on the GTS3M. It is my main, I really like it, but at first I didn't like that the magnets were so strong. And granted, I grew to accept them and live with them because the rest of the performance on the cube is so good, but I do wish sometimes that the magnets were lighter, because I go to do M slices like this, and the force just feels really strong, and I end up messing up my H-perms and Z-perms. when I try to do them as fast as possible. So on a cube like this, with lighter magnets, it seems like it's easier to do M slices. And if you're one of those haters out there that just refuses to accept the ridges, but you really wanted to try this cube as your main, I guess this is the solution to that. The turning on this cube is really fluid, however it is on the loosest spring compression right out of the box. Just for comparison's sake, I'm going to go ahead and tension this cube up to where I have my other one on the 7th tick. So after tensioning this cube, it's definitely a bit more rigid and less flexible, but you know, that's the point. Frankly, I think this will have a great chance of being a lot of people's mains, because with the spring compression and the extra set of springs that they gave you, there's so many different ways you can set up this cube, especially with those extra magnets. You can alter the magnet strength, you can alter the spring compression, the tension. There's so many different ways you can set up this cube that I think it'll appeal to a wide range of people. But overall, the turning is super smooth and very soft actually out of the box. The turning is not as harsh as on the regular GTS 3M, probably because of the weaker magnets, but the turning is a lot softer and more enjoyable. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for my unboxing of the YuXin Little Magic Square-1 M and the Weilong WR M. I'd like to give a huge thank you to TheCubicle for sending me both of these puzzles to test out. If you'd like to buy them for yourself, I'll have a link in the description below so you can check out both of these cubes on their store. So that's about all I have for this video. Thanks for watching guys, bye. But for only $10, you're getting a really high quality magnetic cube. Ooh, it's not a cube.